Hello, seventh graders. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have notes for Unit 3 talking about South America. So, we're going to break this up by the sections. And so, there's going to be several videos here that are kind of dealing with, either Brazil or talking about kind of the Caribbean nations, or eventually talking about countries near the Andes. So, follow along. We're going to kind of, have several of these little videos, so hopefully you'll find everything that you need. So we're going to start with the physical geography of Brazil. And Brazil is one of the largest countries in the world when you talk about area. It's about 3.3 million square miles. And if you take a look at the map of kind of North America and you lay Brazil over the top of it, Brazil is really large in comparison to like maybe the United States, going from like Maine to Oregon. And if you go up into Canada, kind of like parts of Saskatchewan, Alberta, all the way down to the southern part of Mexico, it's massive. Okay, it occupies about half of the South American continent and accounts for a good chunk of South America's east coast. So, one of the big features of Brazil is the Amazon River. It is the longest river in the Western Hemisphere. It's also the second longest river in the world at around 4,000 miles. It extends from the Andes Mountains in Peru all the way to the Atlantic East Coast where the mouth is. It is the largest carrier of fresh water in the world and carries about 20% water that runs off the Earth's surface. So it is massive. There are areas where the depths of the river are so deep that ships can travel about 2,000 miles upstream to pick up and drop off cargo. So it's huge. Okay, the basin itself has more than 1,000 tributaries that drain nearly half of all Brazil's land. So this is quite impressive. Okay, the world's largest rainforest, okay, one of the Earth's richest biological resources, is actually located within this Amazon basin. South and east of the Amazon basin is a region of plateaus. So you have the Brazilian highlands. It has kind of a rugged region of old and eroded mountains, kind of probably like Brazil's equivalent of maybe the Appalachian Mountains like we have here in the United States. The western highlands are grasslands. Good probably for grazing. When we talk about the eastern highlands, there are low mountain ranges with some high peaks. You got the Mato Grosso plateau area, and it's another highlands area. It's kind of located in the southern part of Brazil. And kind of further into the south are the Pampas, which are kind of the grassy, treeless plains. Ideal for grazing, but also you're going to start seeing a little higher population growth, especially as you go from there onto the Atlantic lowlands, where it's kind of reaching the coast. When you talk about climate, a lot of Brazil is located within the tropics, so basically between the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn, a good chunk of the country is going to pass through. So it has several different types of climates. So along the equator in the northern part of Brazil, you have a tropical rainforest. Areas along the Amazon River have a tropical monsoon climate, which is probably telling me that there is a rainy season. In the northern and the central highlands, you have like a tropical wet dry season, rainy summers, dry winters. In the northeastern part of Brazil's highland, you have kind of a semi-arid or a tropical savanna climate. And in the southern part of Brazil is a temperate climate zone. Because South America is South America, when we think about seasonal changes, it is not kind of running on the same seasons that we have here in North America. Just a reminder, as you're kind of south of the equator, as you are heading into the months of December, you are getting ready to start summer in the southern hemisphere. So when we talk about like, the rainy summers and kind of the dry winters, rainy summers are basically from December probably into March. And the dry winters are like our summer, so we're talking about June into probably September. So just something to think about. Forests cover about 60% of Brazil. It's a great source of wood and rubber and nuts and medicinal plants. But logging and mining and other types of development are causing a lot of environmental issues. Slash and burn agriculture, meaning that you're cutting away parts of the rainforest to plant crops on land that probably doesn't have a really good topsoil to begin with. These are things that have concerned a lot of environmentalists. Brazil also has rich mineral resources, including iron ore, tin, copper, bauxite, gold, and manganese. Brazil's major crops are coffee, soybeans, oranges, sugarcane, corn, and cotton. Brazil is the third, or is one of the largest, is the largest beef exporter in the world. Brazilian sugar cane is also used to make ethanol for fueling most of the cars in Brazil. Thank you very much.